Well, we were talking about short-term memory. Now it's time to talk about long-term memory, storage. And this is a hard drive in case you've never torn a computer apart. That's what's going on in there. Long-term memory, like a computer's hard drive, permanent storage. That's what teachers are constantly aiming to get as a result of all their teaching and all their students learning. Make this memory permanent and also be able to bring it back when you need it. So let's talk about this. Long-term memory. It turns out that there's actually 3 separate areas of the brain that handle long-term memory. The semantic area remembers facts and information, whereas the episodic areas are handling the long-term memory of experiences and events. Okay? And a third part of the brain is remembering procedural, how to do something, how to pick up a spoon, how to use a saw, okay? How to use a wrench, how to behave in a certain kind of situation. That's procedural. By the way, the fact that we have these 3 separate areas is also a potential problem for memory, because sometimes things get cross-circuited and our memory of a fact associated with the memory of the event that led to that fact might not be accurate. So we can sometimes have incorrect or false memories of when or how we learned a certain thing, when or how this certain event took place, because our facts are stored in one place, our events are stored in another place, and sometimes they don't come together quite right. That may not be a problem too much for your students, but do keep that in mind. It is possible for all humans to have that kind of a mix-up. Now, we need some vocabulary, because I show a picture of a brain. I show a picture of a hard drive. We have to use these metaphors, as I keep emphasizing, because when we're talking about cognitive processes, we have to give you an idea through picture, through analogy of what's going on. So here we go with a new vocabulary word. And this word is going to come up not just in this video, but all through the whole series of videos. The word schemata. That actually is a plural word. Schema is the singular. This is a word we use as a metaphor for how the brain organizes our long-term memory. Think of it like folders on a computer screen. You want to see, well, where did I save my letter to Aunt Susie? Where did I save my latest financial report? Oh, I put it in such and such a folder. And hopefully, and I hope for you, that you have an efficient system of folders on your computer or on your phone. We hope that our brains have efficient folder systems too, so that it's easy to find information that's stored there. So a schema, we might think of that as a concept, a category of information. From a very early age, I had a schema of dog, or you might say dogness. Okay? I made a folder from a very young age of what dog means, the concept of dog, the category of dog, the schema of dog, and I made a folder for it. And at first that folder was a very primitive folder. And then perhaps the first dog I ever met was a great big black lab. And that was dog to me. Well, later on I found out that dogs could come in other colors and other shapes and sizes. And so my folder had to be updated with subfolders. A subschema is like a subcategory or a subfolder. Okay, there's dog, but within dog there's poodle dogs, and there's terrier dogs, and there's Great Danes, and there are Chihuahuas, and all these subfolders that I have in my dog folder, my dog schema. So folders. Easiest analogy we have in our modern world to think of what schemata are all about and how there are folders and then folders inside the folders. Trying to keep memory efficient by putting things in categories. So now, in the cognitive perspective, and you'll find out there's another perspective, but in the cognitive perspective, what is, you might say, the working definition of learning? Well, learning is organizing or reorganizing schemata based on new information or new experience. That's what learning is all about, is rearranging, adding, changing folders in our brain categories, and that is now knowledge to us. And then, when you've got that knowledge, your behavior will change. Okay, so keep that in mind. In the cognitive perspective, the brain is making changes, and then behavior will change because of the new information. Seems logical, right? Okay, well, wait for the next module and you'll see. All right, so we're finished there. Don't forget the questions. Don't forget to rewind and play this video again. And don't forget the supplementary reading material. And don't forget to check out your own folders and subfolders so you can kind of get an internal feeling of what this is all about.